Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called You from the Ox Family. It's called a Tarot Monthly Horoscope for the month of July. And so let me shuffle my cards, and I'm going to talk to you about your first 15 days of July, and we'll start talking about your romance area. Now, if you find a new romance in the month of July in the first 15 days of July, if you find a new romance, be careful. It's going to be a very problematic one, an over emotional one with some past problems as well. So think twice and don't rush into it. If you have already a romance that's going on now, tell yourself it's going to produce many problems for you. A lot of areas are causing unhappiness, whether it's the financial area, whether it's what's happening that you are not happy with. So this card says that new romance and ongoing romance is going to have a lot of difficulty in the first 15 days of July. Now let me shuffle another card and let me see. Well, this is the card of deception and deceit. So it says about your marriage. We're going to talk about your marriage in the first 15 days, marriage and family areas. There is deception, there is deceit, and that will bring a lot of disagreements. So you are the one listening to me. So you should be a little bit of a detective in your marriage area to see what are the problems that can emerge in the first 16 days, in the first 15 days. Is it going to be about finances? It is something happening behind your back. Is it interference from family members? So in any area, you're just going to feel somehow very disappointed where your marriage is concerned. So it's going to be a very troublesome first 15 days for marriage. Be careful what you say and what you do. Now we will go to your job area. This is a card that's called the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune will be up and it will be down. So you're going to have a first 15 days where your job is concerned. Ups and downs are going to be plenty. Of course, you don't mind the ups, but be careful of the downs. I see that the downs are more than the up periods. So you're going to find a lot of blame or a lot of difficulties with your workmates or with your bosses. So you coming from the Ox family, don't be stubborn and tell yourself, don't show your temper. Now we will talk about business areas, and let's see what we can say about your business area in the first 15 days of July. And well, this is a good card, I would say. It's a good card, but it's a card that says you're already overly burdened with responsibility in your business. So if you have new opportunities to add on more business lines, don't, because whatever happens, they will cause the burden. They will cause a weakness in what you already are doing. So the card says don't start anything new at all. Just stay on doing what you're doing. Even then, I can see that there's a burden on things. So there's a burden of responsibility, a burden of finances from this card. So it's going to be tough going for you in this first 15 days of July where business is concerned. Now let's talk of the last 16 days, and let's see what happens. You from the Ox family. Well, let me talk firstly about the romance. And if you find a new romance, it says there are many promises that will be made to you. You'll be very happy about them. But it's better for you to do some research because everything you try to do is going to be just promises with no foundation at all. So there you are. So don't believe everything you hear from somebody who's very keen to have a romance with you in the last 16 days. Now, what about if you have a romance that's already ongoing? Well, this is a card that says you are being obligated to the responsibilities of your ongoing romance partner in the last 16 days of July. That's no good. Well, why should you be obligated to the mistake made by your ongoing romance partner? Or is it that many demands made on your ongoing partner may also fall on your shoulders? So this is a card of burden. So there's some danger of burden on your shoulders created by your romance partner that you're having. So you've got to do some detective work to find out quickly. Now about your marriage and family areas. So let's see what the card says. You're coming from the Ox family. All right, where your marriage is concerned in the last 16 days, there is a lot of problems regarding ego and arrogance and difficulty to back down. Well, it's you listening to me, so why don't you back down and things will simmer down a lot. It's a card that says pride comes before the fall. So if you show your pride and arrogance, you are not going to be very happy with the result. So try to be flexible, try to be appreciative, try to be supportive. That will make the atmosphere much better in your marriage areas. Now about your job. Let's see what your job says in the last 16 days of July for you coming from the Ox family. All right. You are not going to be happy because you are not going to get what you want. Is it the promotion that sidestepped and you couldn't get it? Is it more money that you couldn't get? Is it the status that you're looking for that you're not going to get it? So the bottom line says that you are not going to get it. So tell yourself, rather than show your displeasure, try to be patient. Tell yourself it's only the last 16 days of July that your job is frustrating you in some way or another. There will be some who will show you their temper. Rather than retaliate with your temper, show them the nice, friendly side of you, and that will win you many points in these last 16 days of July. Now let's talk about business for you. And this is for your last 16 days of July. You coming from the Ox family. And let's see what business says. It's a card of ego. So for the sake of ego, you may want to fight the competition to chase for a contract that is possible. Or you may meet possible people who can do business with you who are very egoistic. So the you may be egoistic, the people may be egoistic. So when there is too much ego, the facts and figures and logic is forgotten. You or others will do it for the sake of pride. And that is where this card is not good. That is where money can be lost. So don't, for the sake of ego, take on new responsibilities of business. Tell yourself, I will do it only if my business sense says that I can make money in the last 16 days of July. If I get this opportunity, only if I can make money will I make the move. So put your ego in the back burner. That would be better for you. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky days. So you from the Ox family, some of you are going to be very lucky, and let's see what your lucky days are. Well, your lucky days are the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th. So the 8th, 17th, and 26th of July is going to produce good luck for you, whether the job, the business, the finances, whether in the romance, the marriage, the family. And you might even want to go to the casino on the 8th, 17th, or 26th. You might get very lucky as well. So bookmark these dates, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, you do well. Now we will talk of your colors. Now, every time you wear a color, you will get the shine and the magic from a certain planet. So let us see. Well, this is a card of Mars. So I will say that try to wear plenty of red or contact the color red in one way or another in the month of July. You're coming from the Ox family and you'll become very lucky. Now I'll talk to you about your lucky ages. There'll be some people whose ages are going to be what the card is going to reveal. And these are going to be lucky people in every area of their life. And your ages from this card would be, if you happen to be the ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72 or even 81, you're going to be a very lucky person, whether in all areas of life, whether the job, the business, the finances, the romance, the marriage, the family, or even health areas. So you'll be riding very high. And well, if you're not of these ages, I have a 90-minute session, which will cost you USD $50. And this session will be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And based on that, I'll give you a lot of information. your next 7, 8, or 9 years to know exactly where you're going to do and how you're going to do about it. And I'll also give you information about your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions. And I'll give you that personal touch of having that lottery luck that we call it, to see on your palms if you have such a luck. I'll show you how to get into the contact with the supernatural side of you as well, so that you'll do very well. So my email address is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9 at gmail.com. And you'll be a very lucky person to know your next 7, 8, or 9 years. So send me an email and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, I wish you the best of July. Thank you and bye-bye.